am one. Hi, everyone. Hello. What's up? We are here back finally after 2 weeks, only to have another break next week because that's on schedule. But like, it's fine. It's okay. It's the summer. We're here all about the vibes. And the vibes today is taking care of your mental health before the yerks do. But we're gonna get started here. Everybody's just gonna go around and introduce themselves and their characters and answer the pressing question of the 90s. What 90s gimmick do you think your character has fallen for that you know has no place in the world today? And we're gonna start. It could be a product, it could be a trend, it could be food, it could be anything that's 90s and you were just like, this is gonna be around forever. Your character has fallen. It could be moon shoes, like what influenced them in the 90s before influencing was a thing. And we're gonna start with Ollie.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Rodrigo. You can call me Ollie, and I'm playing Javier, the prince. And I think he would get obsessed with anything like collectible, honestly. So like Pogs or Beanie Babies or some dumb shit. Probably more Pogs because there's like a purpose to them, and I think that would appeal. Not a good purpose, but there's a purpose to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something dumb and collectible like Pogs, I think would be just ingrained into his brain. Yeah, when he's 42 years old, there's gonna still be a shoebox underneath his bed with just unnecessary amount of Pogs.
Do you have like a pog? Does he have a pog board?
Oh, for sure. I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He definitely does.
Gotcha. Amazing. Anna, you're up.
Yes, that is me. Hello, I am Anna, aka Archival, the funny most places on the internet, and I play Riley, the Estrene, band geek and all-around video game nerd. I think Riley might have been the person who got Javier into Pogs, as part of my answer, but the other part of my answer is that she is currently spending too much time looking for Mew under the truck. If you're around in the 90s, we're playing Pokemon Red and Blue, you know that urban legend.
Yep.
We were all obsessed with it. Yeah, so she's spending way too much time looking for Mew under the pickup truck.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Nielsen.
I'm Nielsen. I am playing Tony, our Battleborn. In a similar vein, Tony definitely believes all of the letters from... It wasn't Game Informer, the other magazine that didn't exist after that always had the goddamn fake tips they'd put in there too, like Tails and Smash Brothers and the Mew Truck in all of the magazines at the time.
Mm-hmm. The gaming tabloids.
Yeah. Well, because there was one particular one I can think of, but I don't remember its name now because it was hot trash.
Let's hold up. I got Google open. What was
Nintendo Informer.
The game magazine in the 90s? Hold
It was
up.
not Nintendo Informer. Don't bully them.
Is it Game Fan?
That sounds correct.
Formerly Die Hard Fan, founded in 1992 and stopped in the year 2000.
Game Pro, I think
Game
is
Pro,
what it was.
okay. List of video game magazines.
Because the one I explicitly remember is the doctored screenshots of like Tails and Smash Brothers, and like there was a Street Fighter one of fighting like Ryu's mentor or something in Street Fighter.
What?
Yes,
And
they would
whole-
publish all of these They would publish all these write-ins that they knew weren't true in among the other stuff. I know exactly which one Nilson's talking about. Fuck if I can remember. I've done a lot of drugs in 20
It
years.
says
but
Game Pro Media started in 1989 and ended in 2011 in the United States. Interesting.
Was it 99? Oh, maybe
89.
it was a different
Finally
one.
got
Oh,
back,
89.
can't
Okay,
believe
that was right then.
Yeah, 89. It's,
'Cause I remember
yeah.
not having Nintendo Power and ending up buying those, and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't work.
Did the writers use, like, avatars as monikers for their reviews?
Yeah.
That would be Game Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, we figured the mystery out. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Better
Apologies.
Who are you
It was
playing?
important. Oh, I said, but I'm Tony the Battleborn,
Yeah, that's
who
right.
is questioning many things in his life.
Mm-hmm. While reading Game Pro.
Yes,
Arnica.
but not Game Pro. Game Pro is printed. That's true.
It's true. Arnica.
Hi everyone, I'm Arnica. I'm playing Ishire or Effie, our friendly neighborhood Andalite who she's got this full grip, no problem.
Uh-huh.
Lord of all she surveys. And I think that Effie is absolutely obsessed with moon shoes. Like she sees them. She sees the world's most dangerous children's toy. Killer of toddlers, and goes, yes, but I would have 4 of them. And I have walked on a moon, so I will be better at it. I will be 4 times as good. Just everyone, I want you to think about if you ever were lucky enough to put your feet in some moon shoes and take those 2 amazing 1-2s before you took that 3-4. Please try to imagine a horse in moon shoes. Now try to imagine a smug horse who thinks she's about to do it real well.
Very
You know what's so
important.
distressing about that? It's the ankles. The horse ankle.
Her little delicate ankle.
Very importantly, I would also like to point this out. Technically, if we're looking at evolution, Andalites aren't even that. Andalites are insects. They're insects that evolved into warm-blooded animals.
I'm a stick horse. It's fine. Either way, my point is I have teeny tiny thin little legs.
Yep, in moon shoes.
And they'll just all go.
Yep. That being said, hi everybody. I'm Valdrianth. I am the storyteller for today, and the 90s trend that I don't want to say fell for, because I didn't care that they weren't worth money. I just liked cute things. I probably still have about 500 Beanie Babies at my parents' house. I have 2 of them here with me. My 2 favorite ones are here with me. I even got the Beanie Buddies, which were to go with the larger ones. So you had like the little ones, and then you have the bigger ones. And when I go see my parents in November, I bring at least my buddies back. Because I am obsessed with stuffies. Which is what I feel like Squishmallows are the equivalent to right now, is what Beanie Babies were. But the thing is, Squishmallows do make my autistic brain very nice. Couple things before we get started. This is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies gives rerolls. Subscriptions get an extra dice, and donations of $5 give auto crits, and then any larger donation than that can give me an idea that is not does not cross our lines or veils. And I, of course, match the donations if you don't want to give to Twitch and just want to give to me as direct as possible, which is through coffee. I match the rewards for that. So, like, if you gave $1. And that being said, I actually have a preference right now for donations, if possible, because my cat needs surgery. And that surgery is going to cost $3,200 Canadian. I've had some very generous people, and now I've raised about 1/3 of that. So that's going to cover his chest x-ray and his blood work, and then the other 2/3 is the surgery itself. So thank you, everyone, if you're watching, if you're not, if you're in this call, for helping with that. I really do appreciate it. The cat is sleeping right there. He is no longer high on gabapentin, so he is living his best life, or not. I don't know. And one other thing, of course, before we get started, I do want to talk about as you can see in the chat, we do have content warnings for this game. The actual play deals with the trauma of war and children fighting it, depictions of isms as they were present in the 90s, manipulation of people with mental health disorders, parasites, loss of agency, genocide, body horror, slavery, xenophobia. We as the cast have safety tools in place. We're good. And of course, I just want everyone else here to take care of themselves. So if there is something that is happening here that you do not want to be a part of, please go take care of yourselves. Come back later when we're over that. But these are themes that are present both in the original children's books and in, I don't think that there is an issue that was not addressed in Animorphs. There was a lot addressed in those shows. With that, let's get started. As far as recaps go, it has been 3 weeks since we've played. But who does remember what happened last time? No.
I recall what happened.
Go ahead.
So, last time on Animorphs, the usually level-headed Riley managed to make their way into a dangerous facility. Upon returning home, their beloved Javier found out of this horrifying fact. Before being able to piece together the nonsense happening with everyone else, said, "We need to make an assault on this location. This is dangerous." Effie had a bit of a butting of heads and morals with person whose name I don't remember because I'm so Danielle.
Dimitri's sister.
Yep.
Yes, dog sister. But they seem to resolve some of their issues over food, because why not? Bad food too, not even good food.
Excuse me, there was a boudin ball in there, so it was good. Thank you. If you've never been to a gas station in New Orleans, we don't serve bad food.
Okay, I believe you. My reference is 7-Eleven. So, the team went on a bit of a mission to assist Riley. With minimal assistance, Riley managed to get hold of not only dire information regarding the new leader of a psychiatric ward or psychiatric. Thank you, ward. With the head doctor seemingly possessed by a yerk, possibly befriending it, or at the very least in cahoots. Who knows? Tony and his interesting friend had a bit of a bird time away as Tony experienced trauma and PTSD. So he fully fucked off because he needs to deal with that. And then once all things were said and done and Gorilla ran across the highway, Riley and Javier had a bit of a tender moment that then was briefly ended by the thought of kidnapping someone's last parent.
Specifically an infant's last parent.
Exactly.
So,
I think that was pretty good.
That's really good. That's more than I remembered, which is very important because I make up this shit. So thanks. That was very good. It helped me remember some things. And with that memory coming into fruition, the next day after this, Effie and Tony You hear, and it's mostly on Danielle's side because it's thought speech, and thought speech is private. But in the wee hours of the morning, there is a conversation happening between her and Dogmetri, and she doesn't seem too thrilled with the idea, but she gets out of the camper of her truck to go like out into the pine forest, like the edge of y'all's little hideout area to get like some fresh air. She pulls out a cigarette to smoke it. So it's the 90s, people were smoking cigarettes. Like, especially a 19-year-old definitely smoking cigarettes.
You weren't just smoking cigarettes. I will have you know you were smoking cigarettes for $2.75 a pack.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And menthol. Like,
Oh, not just menthol. In 1999, as a teenage smoker, shush. I know I was bad. I was a bad child. I'm not gonna say that. In 1999, there was a buffet. There was a beautiful array. You could have anything. All those flavors available in vapes now were available for cigarettes. We did not start smoking so that we could have those flavors. We started smoking because we thought it was cool, and also a whole bunch of us were trying to medicate undiagnosed anxiety and
ADHD.
function orders. You know, we were trying to do
Nicotine
what
is
we could
actually
do.
effective.
Nicotine works. There's a
Yes.
reason 3/4 of the people you know with ADHD are smokers.
Yeah.
And we say I need something to do with my hands. It helps regulate the ADHD. But so many. You could walk into the corner. Mine were camel chocolate mints. I bought a 10 of them. They were viewed as outrageously expensive because I bought them for $4.75 for a 10 of 20. And then I kept my weed in the 10.
Well, that's what she's doing. She's probably even doing that. Not weed. Because despite the fact that I know the DARE program was pretty effective in Louisiana, like, kind of thing. And that dog would be so disappointed in me right now. It's a lion now, which I think is awful.
Lion?
It's a lion now, not McGruff in his trench coat. So anyway, she's out there with her cigarette, and the dog Michi sort of jumps out and sort of pads over to y'all. I'm assuming, the sun's coming up. It's up to y'all if y'all are awake or not. But he goes, so I've made a decision, and I want to check with the two of you first because this is your house. Are y'all cool if I do plan on eventually going to California, but while this new development is happening, I'm thinking I'm gonna stick around and help you guys out if that's okay.
Yeah,
Tail
Tony
wags.
gives Effie the biggest human puppy eyes. And if he could think, thought speak as the person, it would say, can we keep him? But I can't do that.
Effie looking at Tony. She's looking at the dog. She's looking at Tony. She's looking at the dog, and they're giving her the same face. They are giving her the same face. Oh no, the dog makes the Tony face. Because, puppy dog eyes. No, those are Tony eyes. Oh no, the dog has the Tony eye. And she's looking. She looks over. Danielle smoking a cigarette over there. She looks at the dog. You are both looking to stay, or you are looking to stay?
Just me. Danielle has to deliver and he just stops. She has a package to bring to Group A, and she's a package to bring to Group A, and to report to them.
My friend, have you ever seen what happens when an Andalite tries to roll their top eyes? So it's really funny. Just the whole little stalk just go woo.
Yeah.
She roll her eyes, all four of them. Top one just go, a package. Yeah, sure. She goes, of course, Tony can have a guest. She's not gonna lie. She's not gonna lie and say she wants him here. But she's also figured out that it's impolite. Everyone will be mad if she tells the truth and says, no, I want you to go home.
Mm-hmm.
She is learning human politeness. Human politeness is made up of lies and being uncomfortable and then telling lies about being uncomfortable. Got it. Of course, Tony is welcome to have a guest.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You won't even notice he's here. It'll be great.
I look down again. Doc is still giving me the Tony eyes. Tony is still giving me the Tony eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I go, no, I will definitely know he is here. He will want to watch TV. I will have to share the snacks. But it is still fine.
I mean, don't worry about it, because I can't see in 2 dimensions as a dog.
Oh.
I'm Googling that.
I can see, like...
No, see, you done broke me. I can't mentally process what that sentence is supposed to be. Is that dogs can't watch cartoons? My dog watches cartoons. My dog watches video games. My dog tries to play video games. I'm befuddled.
Yeah, they can see the light changes and stuff like that. But as far as, like, being able to, like, make pictures, I'm pretty sure dogs can't do that. They do
but can you look up?
Can I look up? He looks up.
Okay.
What's there? What?
How did you not see Clerk? We need to go to a movie later. Well, like, rent a movie?
That's fair. I mean, there's 2 movie theaters. I mean, we could also, like, just go to a movie in another town, like, into another town.
Yeah, I don't think Clerks is playing, though.
Yeah.
We'd have to, like, rent it.
It's probably playing in, like, Lafayette or something, which is, like, 45 minutes south of here. We could do that. We could go to Lafayette and watch. Anyway, I'll tell Danielle, and I'm so excited to say. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Danielle puts out her cigarette, and she... One second.
Would you like an update on the dog seeing flat things?
Yes. Yes.
So, according to, the fucking, what is, this URL is garbage. According to this veterinary clinic, dogs can see flat things, but they don't process them as flat. They give them a fake depth because they don't understand flat.
Oh, interesting.
So they can see the motion, they can see the thing, but they're like, I don't really know what that is. However, high flicker rates, so modern TVs let them see better.
Oh, okay. So,
interesting.
Like, very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. So, like, 4K TVs would have them see better than on a tube.
Yeah.
On a tube.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah. Today I learned. So, she goes back to her truck, and then, you know, she's got, like, her duffel bag, and she pulls something out. She pulls 2 things out. And she goes to you, Tony, and it is a bright lime green Nokia cell phone.
Ooh.
And a charger. And she's
They got
like,
you a weapon.
she's like, my phone number is already programmed into this, as well as the burner phones of the kids.
Sweet.
This is Dimitri's. It's now yours, because I don't trust him. But, just remember to charge it in like 4 months. And she hands you the charger. One, it's a car charger, not a wall charger. So it's like a cigarette lighter charger.
Uh-huh.
And this is so fancy.
Oh,
She's like, it cost me about $120, so be careful.
Damn.
Right.
Also, there's a game called Snake on it. You might be interested. Well, say goodbye to Raleigh and Javier for me, but I've got to go. I gotta make, mostly because there's this little barbecue joint in I-10 that will stop serving its breakfast burritos in about 5 hours, and it takes me 2 hours to get there, so I would like to be there for it.
Okay.
And with that, she leaves y'all.
I immediately try to find Snake.
Roll a study? I don't know. Or a hunt? I don't know.
Study sounds funnier just because I have nothing in it.
Yeah, it's a fortune roll, so no consequences other than not finding it.
I have no clue. I get a 6 and a 1, but I have nothing in it.
So you have a 1. You know what? I lied. Not only do you not find Snake, but you accidentally delete a phone number.
Oh. Immediately closes it, put it on the coffee table.
Because you got a 1. I was like,
I
you
know.
get like a 4
No.
or something.
No, it's fine.
No, it's a 1. It's
It's
you have no,
fine.
and everything's in like code names, so you have no idea whose phone number you deleted. There's like
I'm
a
sure
moment...
Javier / Riley will figure it out.
Of course.
There's a moment where Dimitri looks at Effie. So, now that she's gone, I can tell you.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, I do not like the way you said that. You start doing a little shuffly dance.
We had the Escalif device the entire time. That's the package she's taken to California.
Lord.
And he takes a couple steps back.
Lord Val, what is the nearest thing to me that without meaning to, I turn around and kick with my back feet? Lord, I didn't mean to break it, but I turn around and I kick the shit out of something with my back feet. What's the closest thing to me?
It's probably like the, because I'm assuming y'all probably have like a barrel for rainwater.
Rainwater and stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like
you mean our mini mosquito maker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you kick, which is fine because you needed to kill the mosquitoes.
Poor Tony.
Whoa.
Tony's sitting there, right? Tony's sitting there. He's trying to find Snake, and in the second he accidentally deletes this, he's not paying attention to me and Dog Mitri. He deletes the thing. He goes to close it real quick, and like 2 inches from his head, just boom, the 5-gallon bucket just go flying by and boom, clatter off like 2
I
balls.
didn't do anything.
You turn around and I'm a snapping turtle.
Oh no.
It's just like how
I've gotten to the point where every time I get mad now, I turn into a snapping turtle because I've noticed that just they the everything in this world has a healthy and well-earned respect for a snapping turtle. The respect they should be showing me. The respect that if I would most of the time, I very rarely wish I had a mouth. I mean, quite often I wish I had a mouth so I could eat. But other than that, I very rarely wish I had a mouth. But the snapping turtle shows me the power of the mighty mouth. For lo, no, I gape my jaw and I just hiss at
snapping
him.
turtle or an alligator snapping turtle?
I'm an alligator snapping turtle.
Okay. They're actually way more chill than common snapping turtles. From like common snapping turtles are the jerks, in my opinion.
They are, but the alligator's the big scary looking
They
one.
are so big and scary.
He looked like the common act.
Can you just do me a real quick resolve roll for me? It's fortune, so you're not going to take stress from it. It's just to see if something happens. So like it'd be like a defense roll, so the resolve.
Okay. Let's do my new dice. Look at these. I won these in a contest.
I love
Crystal
it.
Maggots.
I'm here for it.
Fancy ones. Alright, so what am I rolling? 2d6?
Whatever your resolves are in the gray boxes.
My resolves are... Okay, 3.
There you go.
I got a 3, a 2, and a 4.
So with a 4, you turning into a turtle, there's like a moment where you lock eyes with that German Shepherd, and that German Shepherd locks eyes with you. And that German Shepherd's like, toy? Nope. And like the boy takes over, and it's like, I'm not gonna wrestle a snapping turtle. I'm not gonna do it. I want to wrestle a snapping turtle, but I'm not gonna do it. And he goes and like sits over with Tony.
Okay.
I go and slink into the swamp. I am now only a pair of angry turtle eyes, just peeking out of the swamp. This is what I do when I'm mad now. Yeah, Javier gonna come back and be like, "Why the fuck's she a turtle again?"
Yeah.
What'd you do?
The afternoon rolls around. You guys did go to school because it was school. Nothing seems out of the ordinary for our schoolgoers other than like, you know, everybody's like studying for their finals, for their standardized testing. You guys, especially, in Louisiana, we didn't take SATs if we were going to school in state because we did not require SATs. What we did require was something called the ACT. So y'all are probably waiting on, if you could have also taken the SAT. But did y'all take either of those tests? This is for Riley and Javier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Yep. So y'all do know that you're going to have your scores at the end of the week. That is something that is going to happen. Because it has to come in before graduation. You start taking them like the summer before going to your senior year, and you just like take them over and over again on a weekend before you get the scores that you need. I took the ACT like 15 times. Like, sort of thing. Because I kept getting a 19 and I needed a 20. Because standardized tests are bullshit. But, you know, whatever. So, what are y'all doing after school? Y'all gonna, yeah. Do y'all meet up with the gang?
Yeah. I would like to have a chance to tell Riley or show Riley something.
Oh no.
So as we're, you know, heading wherever, your car or mine, either way, I think Javier pulls out, just like, all right, so it's not ready yet. I don't have the exact plan. But he pulls out roughly 5 notebooks, which is 5 more than he used for any ACT prep. uh, and shows you just pages and pages of like, okay, so we know this person is connected to this person, so on and so forth, like webs of bullshit. And so I have an idea. I don't think it's a good idea, but I think it could be, and I don't think anyone's gonna like it. Uh, our current plan has just kind of been kill them as they come, hope for the best, because we have no real way to find the organization or dismantle it or any sort of real structural capabilities. But we know that, especially with recent developments with Dick Cheney, that they have some connections to him, and we can know just by general news and understanding of political structure that he has connections to these certain individuals. So those people are possible targets for jerk invasion. Getting ahead of myself. Point is,
You're interrupted by a voice calling from across the parking lot.
shit.
It is a female voice, perky and recognizable.
Okay.
And it's calling you guys by name. Javier! Raleigh! Wait!
He stuffs everything back just back. I'll tell you later. Um,
And it's Penelope. Coming towards y'all.
I don't think Javier talks at all. Once he sees her and just like, mm-mm.
Riley gets very stiff, I
Yeah.
think. 'Cause she doesn't remember, but Javier has explained everything, so she knows what's going on.
Yep. Hi, how are y'all doing today? I was just wondering, did y'all get the... And she's got like a big, like Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper that she's going through. Oh, I have a couple things for y'all. One, and she hands you 2 ballots voting for prom king and queen. It is a... Well, the list is obviously a little smaller since we've lost a couple people. And then, of course, I am looking... Here are another ballot that should be turned in by the end of the week. It is the theme for this year's prom as well. And, of course, if y'all are both willing to help, and she hands you 2 sign-up sheets, I could use some help setting up the gym if y'all would like to be on the handyman committee.
I mean, we're pretty busy
Oh.
with our hobbies and stuff, and she's just looking at Javier, like trying to find a way out.
I think you see that Javier, he just has like a pretty plain, almost smile, and I think you fully just like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, where you just start to cry from like one eye because you're trying so hard to like
Oh,
hold everything in place, and then it's like one part of you's like, I can't. So like he looks like that, just, and then just nothing but tears, and I think he just
Are you okay? Here, and she like got a little pack of Kleenex, and she pulls them out. She gives them. Allergies are real bad this time of year.
Allergies, stress from the tests we've been taking. It's been a really stressful time.
yeah. I'm Penelope, I'm so sorry. I don't think we have the time to help you.
That's okay. I mean, I was just, it looks really good on college resumes. But it's normally I'd get like football players to help, but again, kind of missing some of those. But it's all right. I've just looking for the help, but you are gonna turn in the ballots, right?
Yes, we
Okay.
will turn into the ballots and we'll check our schedules and see whether or not we can help. We'll get back to you on that.
Thank you. And she sort of like takes a moment and do y'all never mind. Sorry. See you around in class. And she turns to leave.
I think Javier like holds his breath for like a whole minute when she leaves. He's just like, okay. Um,
Are you okay?
I. It's nice to see that I think she's at least doing well.
I mean, if her biggest concern is finding help for the prom committee, she's doing better than we are now, at least.
Yeah, I. I feel like no matter what I say to her, I'm lying to her face, and I don't know how to talk to her. I don't
That's
think.
what we do to everyone at this point. There's not a single person we tell the truth to anymore.
Yeah, but she was one of us. I I don't trust a lot of people. It's it's hard to take that back, you know? And it's actually kind of the thing I wanted to talk to you about. I don't think it should happen anytime soon, but I think in the future we might have to stop lying to people about everything.
We expose ourselves, our families are in danger.
I know. I like I said, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I don't think we should do it right now, obviously. But I think there's a way. And don't tell anyone yet, please. I want to at least find out a little more information and put it into something I can present to everyone. This isn't the kind of thing that I'm gonna pull the trigger on. I'm not that stupid. But I don't think this is the kind of thing you win by hiding.
I agree, but we are so far away. We are so far away from that point.
Mhm.
I mean, them thinking that it's Andalite bandits is the only thing protecting us right now. They would have our pictures on every TV, hanging up on posters everywhere. They would use the military to come after us. They would use whatever other law enforcement. We know they're within the cops now. We would never have a moment of rest.
Yeah, that's why we need to get the right people on our team. And if not, we take the faces we need. But again, I don't have a real plan yet. I just want you to know. Uh, we, well, I don't know. I feel like I want you to know everything, actually, all the time. Um, that's really lame. Can we just go?
Yeah, let's meet up with everyone else.
Ugh.
You guys meet up with everyone else. And surprise, Dog Mitri is around, but Danielle has left. And Arnica has Effie has gone in and out of the whole, because obviously she can't stay a turtle forever. I mean, she can if that's what she wants. But like,
I am being such a pain in the ass. I am literally turning back just in time, long enough to give a solid look, and turning immediately back into the turtle and going back in the water.
They seem mad.
We're gonna have to buy so many snacks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we missed.
I told her the truth. Dog Mitri says she's upset that we had the escallop device here the whole time. And that's why she... But I'm staying. I'm gonna help you guys out.
So Dog Sister left?
Yes, Danielle left.
Like-
She wanted to get to Stuckey's before they stopped serving their breakfast burritos.
Valid.
I'll talk to Effie and see if I can at least get her out of turtle form.
Yeah, because we've got a mission, right? We've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think, well, no, it's better to talk now.
Hey, Tony. I have a question.
Shoot.
Do you have any human morphs? I don't recall. I think you grabbed the
I do. One of them causes problems because there'd be 3 of you running around.
yeah.
And then I have a police officer, our principal, and a grandmother from
Yeah.
a couple towns away.
Yeah.
Okay. The police officer might be useful.
He is dead.
He might be less useful.
So you can't have me go to like a police station.
Yeah.
No. But if you want somewhat easy access to a medical ward, a police officer, and a potential and he starts to like move his face around a little bit. Patient might be useful.
If I know how to do that, it's the guy I killed. I don't think we should have him escorting people, even you hiding, because in theory they're waiting for somebody to like show up as him.
Here's the thing. That all depends on a dice roll. But as far as that goes, as a reminder, what was that? Oh, it was a dinosaur. Don't worry about it. See, it was a dinosaur. It fell.
Oh.
I love that dinosaur.
Hey, look at it. It's a rock.
I know, that's why I love it.
It's a dinosaur that is also a rock, which is most dinosaurs these days. So, that being said, I think, as a reminder with Blades in the Dark doesn't have a lot of pre-planning before going into a mission.
Yep.
There are engagement roles, there are gather information roles, and then you just kind of roll with it.
Mhm.
And we can go into those, everyone can go into their, we shall enter a phase here. I know Riley is going to talk to Effie, but I think at this point is a really good time to enter into the gather information phase after that conversation, and we can and gather information phases they don't have to take place immediately. Like, we can see like how within the week's time that takes place at. But real quick, Riley, how are you going to comfort your friend Effie?
Yeah, Riley goes over and sits down on the edge of the water that Turtle Effie is sulking in. And just kind of sits down there and stares at Effie for a moment. This couldn't have been a surprise.
Your friends are full of yerks and lies.
How do you think we got the ability to morph? The other teams, the yerks that are becoming Nothlets, you had to have put 2 and 2 together. I know you're smart.
Turtle kind of lumbers out, just, Lord, I am so slimy and duckweedy, as I wander over and like a sad puppy, just drop my giant turtle. Y'all, do you know, for those of you who do not interfere often with alligator snapping turtles, please make sure that you are envisioning something roughly the size of an 18-wheeler tire in diameter with a face like somebody slapped a monster with an ugly stick, with a mouth that could easily remove several of my fingers all at once, waddling over like an angry dinosaur, just dragging itself out the mud and then putting its ugly, muddy duckweed head right on your shoe like the saddest of dogs. Like, this is not. This is. Did. Am I untrustworthy?
What do you mean?
I am. Why would no one tell me it was here until it was gone? Your friends are full of yerks and lies, but no one would tell me that my. Did they think I would fight them? Did they think I would take it? Did you think I would fight them and take it?
I didn't have an opinion on it, but Danielle, I think, thought that you might try to reclaim it. You do have strong opinions when it comes to your people and the things that you have created. Would you have not tried to take it?
I have very strong opinions. There are things that are right and there are things that are wrong, but also I have a prince on this world, and he is making decisions that are not mine to make. And yes, I would have been angry and I would have had probably many questions, but I would have followed my prince's command. The same way that you have questions. We all have questions for Javier when he is being silly, but Javier is still as close to a prince as a human can be. And you must not tell him I said that. You must not tell him I said that. He will be obnoxious. But in the same way that I will listen to Javier when I know he is right, I would listen to the words of my prince. Riley, I feel very sad. I am angry, but I feel very sad.
I'm sorry. I didn't say anything because Danielle is the one in charge of the device, and in the same way that you would defer to your prince or to Javier, kind of deferring to her at this point. She's overseeing the Yerks becoming Nothlit. She's transporting it back and forth between the East Coast and the West Coast. She's, as of right now, the human in charge of the device. So I didn't say anything because it wasn't my place. But I'm sorry that you were left out.
I don't like it, and I don't trust it. And I don't know if I trust her. But I trust you. I trust you, and I trust Tony, and I trust Javier, and I trust my prince. And if you all say that this is not. Riley, I am so frightened. I am so frightened. My people have tried to do right by the Yerks before, and the universe is being decimated by this. And I don't know if I am more scared that I will not listen and help, and everything will go right without me. And I still will not have done a single great thing. I will still be just a silly little girl who does not know what she's doing. Or if I am more frightened that I am going to help destroy the universe all over again. by
The-
following my heart and letting you do this.
We are doing the best we can. And I've had this stance before, and I still do that. This has become our fight, and we need to fight it how, in what ways we can, in what ways we are choosing to. But before this, we didn't know aliens existed. Earth doesn't have contact with the rest of the universe, like apparently everybody else does. And your guidance here is invaluable. We look to you for advice, and you're already doing great things. You are going against what you were raised to believe to help us win this fight when you're, as far as we know, one of two Andalites on the planet. As far as we know, your people are not coming to help us, but you have chosen, even though you crashed your ship here, you have chosen to still help us. Whether it was by choice you were here or not. You didn't have to stay with us. You could be anywhere on this planet. You could be repairing your ship. You could go to your prince and figure out how to get home. But you've chosen to stay with us, and that's not something that is lost on us. I don't know that we can win this fight without you.
My dude, it is an awkward kind of shift because the turtle occasionally a turtle will want to cuddle in its own
It's true.
turtly way, and it's real close. Like I said, turtle's laying there right now, head on, just gross muddy head on Riley's shoe. Effie is trying to shift back into herself so that she can have this conversation with some dignity, but the turtle's not quite done cuddling, so it's an awkward ass shift because the turtle doesn't want to lift its head because it's being stubborn. So it takes a minute. It's a weird, even for an Andalite shift, it is a weird series of motions. uh, the neck stretches weirdly. The head stays small for a little bit too long. The eyes are, you can hear everything shifting wrong. Big shell before the plates and scoots start literally kind of melting into fur. It's a mess before I stand up, just kind of shake everything off, and four big blinks, one for each eye. And they go, I will, I will never leave you all. You are, even if, even if we found another Andalite here, you are my battalion. You are my crew. You are here on Earth. Things are small and silly, but wonderful and wrong, but wrong in good ways sometimes. And I would not, I do not think I would leave you all here to fight alone for for 1,000 honors in front of the court. But I do not like the dog sister. And I get to not like the dog sister.
You are allowed to not like people. That's okay. And if we
Good.
win this thing, even if your people don't give you those honors, I will make sure that we do. You will get that recognition from us. Don't worry about that.
So very rarely does the height difference between all of us come in. Because, Effie's small for an Andalite, but she's still fairly decently sized.
Yeah.
I've got all them legs. I got all of this. I try not to do things like rest my hand. I learned within the first week or two. Particularly Javier broke me of that I can't just rest my arms on top of y'all's head and stuff. That y'all take this personally. It is seen as diminishing, but I just go ahead and I do like bending down to hug you. I'm still not a hugger. hugging is a little bit, that's a very earth thing. But the closest thing I do to a hug is sometimes I just rest my folded arms on top of y'all's head. And so I put my folded arms on top of y'all's head in that vulnerable little spot where you should have eyes. Y'all would be so much. Y'all are okay looking, but gosh, y'all would be so. You would be so cute, Riley, if you had an extra set of eyes. I like the color of human eyes. They would be so interesting, but it's fine. Right there on the spot where y'all should have extra eyes, I fold my hands, my arms, and just rest them there for a minute before I move them.
And the others are waiting for us. We should go mess some stuff up for the Yerks.
Well, that is a wonderful plan. I do love messing stuff up for the Yerks. Do you think Javier has brought a snack? I could sit as Javier and eat a snack.
So,
Being mad makes me want a snack.
She'll reach into her purse and pull out a fruit roll-up and hold it out to Effie.
Nice.
Hell
And so Riley and naked Javier eating a fruit snack walking through the room.
Yeah, because you never put shorts on your
'Cause
morph, did you?
No, in no. So like there are some. I know the rules. Put Javier's penis away, but the pants are inside. The pants are inside.
There's a sign in the hideout that says
There is
that.
a sign in Javier's handwriting that says "Put my penis away," and it's on a. It's like
Yeah.
on the inside of a pizza box, and it's duct taped to the wall. Because
Yep.
sometimes I forget.
There's a hook under it with just
And there's a hook under
assortment.
it with some pants.
You know, the thing is, Andalites don't understand this because Andalites have cloaca. So, like...
Everything is tucked away neatly and
so
internally.
you need it. Like... So, here, folks. It's a good time to start thinking about... We have about 15 minutes into break, so we can definitely get started with two. We're in our gather information role phase, so we can definitely start with some information gathering from everyone. First and foremost, the way that this works is y'all are figuring out what your mark is, what your goal is in the mission that y'all are attempting. What is your goal in the effort that y'all are attempting for your mission?
That is hard to decide because we're not exactly in agreement.
Okay. Not being in agreement will have a mechanical effect. So.
We are headhunters, and I don't mind headhunting.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we should be the reason that both of that child's parents die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to kill anyone.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all think I am confused by human-sized humans, kidnap a woman and her baby. Let me be walking around with a baby. Terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can't
That
kill a
is
baby.
an option. You could also kidnap the baby. Like,
right, we could just jump her at home. We could just kidnap her and the baby.
We
Ask
would
her
need someplace to
question.
send her.
well, this y'all hideout is undiscoverable by the enemy. Just remember that. Mechanically, it is. We have
Yeah, but are we
yeah.
going to fill it up with people, though? People and children and a baby.
And a dog!
Yeah.
Have a commune.
Yes!
I mean, that happens sometimes. That is an unfortunate byproduct of war. Sometimes you have to kidnap someone for some questions, and then you're stuck babysitting them until the war ends. Going, son of a bitch! I had one question, and now I've been feeding your baby for 14 months. He thinks I'm his auntie.
So if the plan is to kidnap her and make her Yerk free, and then protect her and her child, Riley will be on board with that.
All right, hell yeah. That's exactly the plan.
Because Riley feels very responsible for killing her husband.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, y'all are gonna kidnap a woman and her baby.
Apparently.
We're going to kidnap an alien who
Yeah.
happens to be possessing.
And a baby.
Maybe one of us should just like turn into her and go check on the baby. Like once we kidnap her, instead of bringing the baby to us.
Yeah, that's something that is
That-
true. Someone could just be her in Morph and just be there, and make it look like she was never kidnapped. That is that option.
Tony, you're the one who doesn't have any place to be.
You'll get a bed.
That is a full-time morph. That
Yeah.
is an every time you feed the baby, you gotta go. It's like, ooh, time to feed the baby. Turn back into you for 3 minutes. Turn back into mom for hour and 55 minutes. Tony got to learn to pee sitting down. The baby will notice. The baby will notice.
Yeah.
Tony, I actually do recommend peeing sitting down. It's actually very nice. My mom got me to do it. It's actually I like it.
I'm honestly
Also,
being raised by lesbians, not surprised at Javier P sitting down. Like,
Riley has
Also-
her face in her hands currently.
Don't get me wrong, I use a urinal, but based on the urinal that I see here, I think maybe you should also consider sitting down.
We
Sorry.
have a swamp. We don't have a urinal, as far as I'm aware.
I swear to God,
Then
if you've just been peeing in the swamp where I hang out as an angry turtle.
so, how would y'all name this? I guess the question is because this is going to help us find out our details. What kind of mission is this? Is it an assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, the occult being space, or transport?
You got real loud for a second, and I couldn't hear a few of those.
Oh,
It
sorry.
was
Assault, which is do violence to a target. Deception, which is lure, trick, or manipulate. Stealth, which is to trespass unseen. Occult, which is, or space, in this case, engage an alien power. Social, which is negotiate, bargain, and persuade. And of course, transport, which is to carry cargo or people through danger.
I feel like it's the last
I-
one.
Well,
I'd
maybe
say stealth.
Mm,
That's
both of
funny.
those
See,
could
I thought it was a
fit.
deception.
I think
'Cause we
assault.
gotta.
Assault.
We're
That's
trying
so
to
funny.
kill a
All of us
yerk.
are like, I don't fucking know.
I mean,
Yeah,
our
but-
goal
I mean, but
is to
first
kill a yerk.
We do have
Yeah.
to kill a yerk, but first we have to
Separate
sneak our
them.
way into a lady's house and kidnap a lady and a baby without the yerk noticing that we're targeting this particular family.
Yeah.
And
Get them out
also
before they
without
notice.
her sending some sort of email or distress call.
It might be easier to snag her like coming to or from work. Just because we don't know how many people are monitoring her house,
Oh,
but we do have a sense of like the hospital is already dangerous, so she feels, for us at least, so she feels safe there, which might actually give us an advantage. I'd want to do some, intel, but that was just a suggestion.
There is one more wrinkle to consider. As far as I could tell, she was talking to her yerk, or her yerk was talking to her, or something like that was going on. If she is willingly working with the yerks, what is our play? She will have seen our base, possibly have seen us.
At that point, imprisonment I see as a viable, moderately moral option.
We're going to become jailers. We're going to hold somebody here.
As a prisoner of war.
we don't really have the number. I guess. God.
Well, I mean, we have a guard dog.
Hey!
I thought of that joke and it seemed very unkind.
I mean, why did
I'm
you
very
think my
unkind.
family got a German Shepherd?
Yeah, but you're not a German Shepherd.
I mean, I kind of am
Sometimes.
now. Like, most of the time, I'm a German Shepherd. Sometimes I'm a boy. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I am stuck as an animal, being a dog is not that bad.
And better than being a bird. At least you have, you know,
Okay, but
good
birds.
But birds
bones.
Okay,
can fly.
birds can fly.
Javi, you
But they have hollow bones. Their bone. I don't get it. Their bones are hollow.
Javier, you need to come flying with me more often. You need to hit just the right thermal one of these times, and it's amazing.
Name
I don't know. I just
drop.
like.
Let's go.
I just like having thick. I like being thick. What? What's funny?
Hi, Raiders. We
I
like being thick.
I like
Write the
being a gorilla.
timestamps.
It's nice. It's sturdy.
If we hold someone prisoner here, Effie would have to be in charge of that because any
122.
prisoner we have could see Effie and it would still hold the illusion that we are Andalite bandits.
Mhm.
And I nod and, I look around, kind of shrug and go, if we are to bring a hostage here for Yerk removal, I will be glad to oversee their holding and safety. And if we remove the Yerk and find that they are a collaborator, that they are a human who is willingly selling out their species and planet and universe, then we will have Dimitri contact his sister, and we will have her contact His Majesty's team. Surely if they have been working with Yerk renegades themselves, they must have a plan in place for this exact situation.
Mhm.
We will
That's
trust our
true.
chain of command. We will trust our prince. And we will make a strong movement for ourselves against this war. This is a good plan.
It's a high valued target. She seems important. This could really be a blow. We'll need to be prepared for any heat that comes off of it, but I agree. It's a good move.
All right.
Okay, then I think we should all take some time and gather as much information as we can. We're not uh it seems silly to say this. It's only been a year, if that. We're not the same dumb kids that we were when we started this. We're gonna do this right.
oh, we should make sure she doesn't have one of these. And I point to the phone still on the table. If we're
I
gonna
can
try and jump on her car,
I can keep an eye on her. I'm already familiar with her routes and most of her day-to-day stuff. I'll continue tracking her.
I have a plan to try and get some information from inside the facility.
And I.
Um
Go ahead. Sorry.
uh Tony, Effie, is any chance you could get some more information, see her patterns at home, somehow? Just so if Tony, you're going to be replacing her for any amount of time, you're not blindsided.
I mean, it'd just be another house to check, sure.
House cat or a stray cat in the neighborhood. People wouldn't be too suspicious.
I mean, I can also become a tiny bird,
True.
Lots of options.
and at nighttime, by and large, as long as she doesn't have floodlights around the house, I can owls in a tree is fairly hard to see.
It's possible to turn into like a fly. Have we tried that yet? Because like that might be pretty useful.
Be my guest.
But it's so gross. I don't like bugs.
And with that, as y'all are starting to formulate your plan for your information and all of that, we are going to take our break. And then we'll do our gather information rolls and all of that good stuff when we get back. So we'll see you guys in about 10-15 minutes. Bye. So are we. Hello, everyone. We're back. We're about to gather the information that it takes to kidnap a widow and her baby.
This is fine.
We're the heroes.
When you say it like that, it sounds not
And
nice,
and you
Val.
have to add on, we widowed her. I mean, that's
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Right, you
widow
do have
her.
to.
Yes,
We
you
did do that.
Yep, you, whether she's infested or not is not the point. She is still a widow, and you still widowed her. That being said, we are now in the gather information phase. So we will be, the way that this works as a refresher is you pick what you want to do and you pick a skill to roll. And depending on your role, you get to ask so many questions. And those questions I have to answer. I have to answer 100%, like, honestly, like, you get that information. I'm just trying to find that real quick. That's engagement role planning. Prison claims factions. Where's it on my cheat sheet? I swear I still had it. My God. I just have to minimize this. Hold on.
You good? I lose everything all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know. The thing is that it should just be right here.
I swear we had just like pinned it.
I have no. Let me repeat. I have the page. What I don't see on the page is the information for gather information.
Oh.
Stress and trauma. I've like lost that page for cruise, faction, incarceration, common scores, planning. Engagement role. It has engagement role, but it doesn't have the gather information role.
it's on our character sheets. Underneath harm.
Underneath harm. Okay, perfect.
Yep, there's a column.
Thank you. No, I was like, man, do I have to do my PDF? Underneath harm. There we go. Gathering information. Those are your questions. We have picked that y'all are doing a deception, right? Or an assault.
I don't know. We all made really good arguments.
Yeah.
Everybody made a really good argument
can
for their
actually-
thing, and then
here's
we
the thing.
all.
A decept salt?
Yeah, here's the thing. After y'all get y'all information, it's probably better to decide exactly what it is, right?
Okay.
So let's go. Who's going first? What skill? What information are you looking for? What skill are you rolling? And yeah.
I can go first if you guys don't have anything immediately in mind. So I want to create a resume as the nurse who I took, like in season 1, and apply for a job.
Okay.
But it's the 90s, so walking in and being like, here's my resume is actually an acceptable thing you can do.
That is, in fact, that is the only way to do it. One second. That's an interest. What skill are you gonna use?
I was thinking sway because it's a job interview. I want to get them to like show me around a little bit, and preferably get a job if they're understaffed right away, or just get some information regarding how much of the facility is compromised and so forth. Yeah. I have 2 in sway, so here we go.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That's 2 5s.
All right, that's a success, a partial success. I am actually looking for the book because it's not the questions, but I think with one you get one question with really good information. So, if I remember correctly with that.
I just found it looks like page 37.
Cool. Can you?
It's
Yes.
It says standard, you get good details, clarifying and follow-up questions are possible. Great is exceptional, the information is complete, and follow-up questions can expand to related areas. And limited is a partial, like always.
Okay. Yep. So that's what. So it's standard. So what question would you like to ask? So all right. So here's what's going on. You create. You're able to create this persona as yourself, whether or not like the resume is legit and the name is legit and all of that. That doesn't matter because you look like an adult woman and you have scrubs and you're coming to apply for a job. Like, that's perfectly fine. The mental institution, the hospital, is a place called Crossroads. It's not in your town specifically. It is actually across the river in the Metropolitan area in the next town over. Close to, weirdly enough, the diocese's campground. Like, that's always been kind of weird. But you walk in with a resume, just a typed up resume, and there's a receptionist there, just a heavyset kind of guy, just like sitting there. He is reading a book. Like there's like the computer, but he's mostly reading a book because, you know, Windows 98 can only get you so far, these like kind of thing. And he looks up and he's like, can I help you?
Hi. So my name is my name is Lily Marie, and well, I work at the hospital over, and I'm tired of stitching up kids who got stabbed and idiots who got drunk, and I was hoping to be a little more impactful on people who have other needs, and pull out the resume. I was hoping to make a good impression with a resume and smile.
He and you slide it like, cause you know there's like a glass, right? And you slide it in, and he sort of nonchalantly looks at it and he's like, "Well, Miss Lily," and he looks it over. I'll go ahead and call the head nursing out this way, and she can have a look at it. You're lucky that we're hiring, but that's up to her, cause you know I'm I'm just here to look handsome and accept people as they come.
Well, you're doing a great job. Little wink.
Oh, thank you. And he kind of like lifts his book. You could tell he's reading The Hobbit. Like, and so the question, what I have for you, what question this is, and like what question do you need an answer to inside of here? Like, what are you looking for? What is the question for me to answer?
Yeah. So I know that Riley has a good sense of their patterns in the day, like to and from where they go. But I'm trying to see inside of the building if there are any places that are unmonitored, where if we sneak in, this is where we hit. Any weak points where we can do things without being noticed.
Cool. Absolutely. So you are taken, and the head of nursing sort of takes you, and she takes you to her office, so you're going to go through hallways and stuff. And she does point out things as you're, like, walking through the hallways, and you do see, like, the recreation room. There are people in the halls. If you've ever been in a nursing home, it smells very similar to that. Because, like, it's, you know, it's just the smell of a bunch of people that might not have control over things all living in the same space, right? Sort of thing. And as all of this, the tours are sort of going around, there is a the thing that you notice that is most likely the least secure, because you see it as you're passing, is in the cafeteria, directly in the back, behind all the food. You see a back door open so that the cafeteria people have a place to do their break. And that seems to be the least guarded space. And it goes directly outside, because people also got to load their food in there. Do you have a follow-up question? I can't
You're
hear
muted.
you.
I can do a follow-up question. Awesome.
Yeah, for a 5, I'll let you have one.
Awesome. All right. In
But it
that
has
case,
to be about the door. That is
has to be
yeah.
yeah. Can I make note of the kind of lock, that mechanism that is here? Figure out, like if it's alarmed, stuff like that.
It is alarmed.
Mm-hmm.
It is alarmed. You can tell that it is alarmed. And it is the type of handle. It's not a twist handle. It's not a lever. It's like those push levers that larger doors have, kind of thing. But it does have an alarm. You do see that.
All right.
The alarm, but it's most likely outside. The alarm is outside.
Okay. Perfect. I make note of that. Oh, it's probably one of those doors that just like, if you push on the exit bar, it'll start ringing. Like, up,
Yes.
the door's open. People aren't supposed to be leaving here because this is a mental
Yes.
institute.
But you do see, this is what I'll give you. You do see, to deactivate the alarm, the lunch ladies have codes that they, like cards that they swipe. And that's how you know that there's an alarm, because to open it from the inside, at the very least, they could swipe a card and the lunch lady.
Okay. Well, let's see if I got a job.
They will. If you had a 6, you would have gotten a job. She says that she'll call you back if they need any help. But right now, they don't have the budget to hire another nurse of your caliber. But if somebody quits,
That's fair. Well, I look forward to it, hopefully. Um, and yeah, I think I'm gonna make note of just kind of her and some of the people, in case we need a morph to get us in the door. Uh, these are prime targets. Don't want to grab anyone right now as far as morphs or anything like that, because like I don't know who's all infested. I don't want to risk that until it's time to run. But you know.
cool. You have secured. Well, you haven't secured, but you found a route inside, at the very least. Cool beans. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Since I am following the doctor more closely than I have, like really taking note of what she's doing, where she's going, like over the course of the week, making an in-depth, like Monday through Sunday idea of what she normally does.
What are you rolling for that?
I am rolling. What do I get on the crow? I get survey on the crow. I'll roll either study or survey, whichever one might give me um, a better result.
They'll be the same, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, I'll
They'll be
do
the
I'll do
same.
survey then.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 6.
All
There, 6
right.
and a 1.
You have you'll have an accessible, exceptional answer to your question that I cannot even be the slightest scripted about. So what is that question of that information while you were surveying her? What do you want the answer to?
Taking into consideration what her daily routine is,
Mm-hmm.
how can I get her to deviate into a trap from it?
Ooh, how can you get to deviate from a trap? So, to uphold her, image of being a person and not a controlled person, people stay relatively within their social lives, right? So, part of her schedule is on Sundays, at it's not a mosque because there's not technically a mosque in this town, but there is a society for Islamic people in this town, and she volunteers with the children there. And to deviate, the best way to deviate her schedule in that manner is for maybe to free up her Sunday would be to have something happen to this building to shut it down.
Feels wrong, but okay.
It feels very wrong. Listen. Y'all are kidnapping a widow and her baby. Yes.
We are kidnapping the alien. We are saving the woman.
The alien is
And the
also a
baby.
widow.
We are saving a baby, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait till we find out the baby has one too.
What if, and this is a dumb idea that I want to suggest real quick before we actually do important things, one of us becomes the baby, and then they talk in front of us, and we can hide in plain sight and spy. No, I understand, but also,
You can have a follow-up question for sure as well.
What would be the safest and least damaging way for me to shut the building down for a day?
A flood.
Huh?
Flood.
What the?
Flooding, like having like a water heater break or something, or even just as simple as putting a lighter like to the sprinklers to where, but yeah, flooding it would definitely, it would damage the building, and you could do it like the night before. You wouldn't have to do it like in the moment sort of thing. But yeah, a flood.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Cool beans. All right, who is next?
I can go.
Alright.
What stress would it cost me to acquire a spider for what I need to do? Because I do need to actually get in her house.
No spiders. Spiders are an
Nope.
inn. Yep, spiders are an inn. Red
No.
flag. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Fly? I didn't want to go there, but we'll go with the fly.
Also, real quick, actually, just because I got a safety concern,
Of course.
we are not going to flood a Sunday school building for the Islamic Center. It is instead going to be flooding. It is going to be a different building that is just. She volunteers at a soup kitchen instead. Not the building, but specifically a soup kitchen. All right, cool beans. Thanks for talking. Thanks for the red flag. I appreciate it, guys. All right, cool. But yeah, no spiders. What are you looking to?
A fly or some other
So
insect's fine
you
then.
wanna do an insect to get inside of her house?
Yep, mouses are just a little too big
Yeah,
because
and
she's probably
she might have a
alert.
cat for all you know.
Yep.
You want to stake out her house and see what's there as far as like wildlife goes, as I'm assuming.
That works. I more wanted to go inside and find out if she's taking calls from the people that we might have to field if we're going to try and hold up in her house or any of that sort of thing that
Okay.
might come up.
Sorry, I need to start over because there is part of your gathering mission figuring out what animal you could use to infiltrate her home or
Oh.
like that's the question I'm asking. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I had just was hoping I could acquire a fly by paying some stress so I could infiltrate her home. But if not, I can use my bird, and it will just be less useful.
You can use a tiny bird to infiltrate her home. I'm doing an in right now on bugs, just because, especially bugs as a new morph, just because y'all have not turned into bugs yet, and this is not something that can just be brushed away in a gathering.
No worries.
Yeah.
I realized that.
Yeah.
So I will survey, like I said.
Do a survey.
Just want to. Actually, I will push this. That is a 3 and a 4. So the 4.
Yep, so the 4 you will have is standard, I believe, information. Yep. I will not give you a follow-up question with the 4, though.
Makes sense.
So is
she, does she seem to be in contact with someone at home? Is there some sort of, like, phone call or something else that seems to be regular to
so she
check on her?
Yeah, she definitely seems to limit there's nothing regarding like this Dick Cheney person or anything like that level of information in like phone calls and phone numbers. It does seem that most of that is either limited to her National Guard office or her hospital office. Her clinic office, because it is not there definitely seems to be a clear boundary when it comes to like no phone calls to her house for some reason. So it does not seem that she has the information here at her house for like, but specifically if people check on her, there is staff at the hospital that checks on her. So I will give you that. The hospital staff does check on her. Particularly the head of nursing.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. And last but not least, Arnica. What is Effie gonna do to help with this mission?
So, I could do one of two things. I could watch the outside of the house in deer form. Watch the outside of a couple different buildings in deer form, try to track things. But it's fall. Effie doesn't know that's a good idea, but I'm sure everyone else has explained to her why she cannot use that morph for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
Well, it's spring right now.
Oh, it's spring right now?
Yeah,
oh, thank goodness.
It's April right now. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. The part we're getting ready for prom, not homecoming.
Yep.
Lord, I'm so far from high school.
It's okay.
All dances are one. They're all the dance on the TV. So it's spring. I could be the deer. I could safely be the deer. Also, I have some pretty good tinker skills, though. I feel like I could make I could make an attempt to make a bug. for Tony to
Oh.
take in there and plant that would let us monitor. Because I'm not restrained by 1999 technology. I'm from space, bitch.
You do have 1999 space technology, though.
That's fine. 1999 space technology still beat the shit out of 2024 technology because I traveled through space.
True.
That's my argument.
So with your take a roll, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I've spent this time putting together machinery to try to let us eavesdrop either something for her phone or something for her computer. Well, the phone line would hit the computer because it's 1999. I only need one machine. Ha 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 ha.
Alright, roll your
Come
tinker.
on, dice. Oh, you piece of shit. Well, you're on the floor. You're dead to me now. New dice. Yes! I got a 6 and a 2.
Alright, so the 6.
And the one on the floor was a 6.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing is, it's like making a bug for her house phone seems fairly easy. And not even that, like, with a little bit of, yeah, you're able to make a bug. I don't know if there's necessarily an information question that you can ask, because
Oh,
with
there is.
There is. Go
I
ahead.
have a great question,
That's what I would like.
which is, Val,
Mhm.
now that I've made the bug, what is the one most important piece of information that we caught, that we overheard, or that we were able to read in the couple days that we have it on her house?
The most important information that you know, and you're not quite sure what that means this means to you. The most important information that you know is that she receives phone calls from a pharmacy for antipsychotics.
Excuse me, I choked on nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It
Okay.
happens.
Yeah. All right. So.
And that she has not been to refill her prescription.
Okay, so we noticed that they've called a couple times in a row about about unpicked up prescriptions. Do you need these? We're about to put them back on the shelf kind of calls.
And because they're antipsychotics, they call a lot.
Okay. So that's fun because Effie absolutely discards this as important information like the first 3 times she hears it, because she still doesn't. I don't understand. I come from a eugenicist world. That's literally what we do. There's a lot of these concepts they've been trying to explain to me over the last week or so what mental illness is. And it's only when I mentioned to Riley, I'm like, they have called 5 times that she will not take these pills. The Yerk, are Yerks allergic to these pills? Should we go get them? Like, I'm thinking it's like at Walmart. I know that sometimes they go to the Walmart and they come back with the pills. These pills are the Advils, and these pills are the aspirins, and these pills are the Tylenols, and they are apparently not the same thing. But also you take them for the same reasons. So, I'm thinking that Walmart is calling her mad that she's not buying her normal amount of pills. I don't freaking know how humans do this. So it's like the 5th time when I finally turned to Riley and I'm like, they are very mad she is not buying these bottles of pills. Riley, this is the 6th time they are calling about her. And I rewinded for a second. Antipsychotics. What are antipsychotics? Are they the Advils or are they the Tylenols?
They are quite different. That's a puzzle piece that's starts to connect things.
Instead of a
It's important to
follow-up
know.
question, I will give you this information freely because Riley might know this. Pregnant women cannot take antipsychotics. So she would have gotten off of them for her pregnancy. Probably against medical advice. But that is a safe assumption to make that something changed.
Yeah, I will definitely share that information with Effie. If she is working with the Yerk, maybe the Yerk took advantage of her while she was off of the medication.
It's Riley. Is this what the dog's sister meant about? If this is if if these are the pills that you take when the brain is bad, the Yerks don't need the brain to be good. They just need the body to be good. Are these people, did she choose a Yerk over her own brain?
I don't know. I don't think we have enough information on this.
Effie is so distressed. Like she is doing little trots in circles while she's thinking. These are so many brand new concepts and all of them are distressing. Y'all never introduced me to, I mean, you do. You introduced me to Pokemon and that's great. But like for every Pokemon you introduced me to, you introduced me to mental illness. I don't know what to do with this.
Considering
Catch 'em all.
Pokemon was invented for autistics, like
I know it's
Pokemon
a
also.
yeah, they've been doing me right for 30 fucking years too.
Yep, it sure has.
It's also possible the Yerks are taking advantage of people. People who are desperate for help. It seems like something the Yerks would do.
So here's the other part of Effie's great distress is that y'all have explained to me that sometimes humans have bad brains. Like, obviously, you use better terminology than that, but that's just where I'm stuck. Sometimes humans have bad brains as opposed to good brains, but not bad like bad behavior, bad like they don't work the way that everyone expects them to work. This is already, but now you're telling me that you let your humans with bad brains run around and do the same thing as everyone else. This woman is a doctor, but that means that her bad brain isn't bad. Because if it was bad, how could she be a doctor? Lord, you done broke the Andalite. Just know that I'm listening,
Again.
but I'm not really listening. I'm white. I'm white lady with math problems in the corner.
I think Riley looks very serious for a moment as she kind of stares down and then looks back up at Effie. According to the same standards, I'm part of that group of people. I mean, all of this is classified under very specific standards that includes people like me.
See, now you done really fucked her up. You understand that she thinks you are the like you are the standard to which she holds all human women. And I don't think like she doesn't verbalize this because she doesn't think she has to, but I might have to roll to see how I handle this. You don't understand. You are the pinnacle of feminine
This is a
perfection on earth.
defense resolve roll again.
Mhm.
Gender identity disorder was in the DSM
Mhm.
until
Until
2013.
2013.
Yep.
That's so late.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Uh-huh.
is.
So late.
It's so recent. Jesus. Oh.
All right. How do I do a resolve roll?
It's just the chicks that are in the gray boxes. So it's those three, and you have in resolve. Mm-hmm.
All right. A 3, a 2, and a 5.
I still want you to take a single stress because that is stressful for you. So sorry, but I'm making you
It's
take that
stressful
one
for
because
me.
you are very much stressed out about this. So take the single stress for that. But despite all that cortisol going through your brain, you do calm down. Like,
I do. So the bad news is we have there are a couple places in the hideout at this point where have you ever had a dog who didn't care about beating the shit out their own tail and a corner they loved, and when you moved 5 or 6 years from now, you can see that there's slightly less paint in that corner where they sit next to you and their tail would just hit the wall.
mm-hmm.
Like it's just enough that you're like, wow, my dude. There are a couple spaces in the hideout where the walls are a little banged up because Effie can't stop herself from twitching her tail sometimes, and because it is clubbed and not scythed, it tends to chip at the concrete a bit. Not enough that it's going to be a danger, but enough that you're like, well, this is her pacing corner. And all of a sudden, just a little bit more concrete's flipping off. Her tail, she can't, the rest of her is calming down, but her tail is at full distress. And all you can hear is thump, 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 thump. thump.
All right. I lost track of stuff. I think I was waiting to see if Riley had anything else for the Andalite. Sorry.
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
if we have time for it. Yeah.
We got a couple minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a few minutes before we wrap up. So go ahead.
Yeah, Riley will sit down next to the skittish looking Affy. The people who make these standards they have a very specific worldview, and anything that fits outside of it is wrong to them. There is nothing wrong with the people who fall under these labels. Some people need more help than others in the same way that some people need heart medication.
We're going to gloss over the fact that you now just told her that sometimes hearts are bad too. And instead, she looks at you with all seriousness, all four eyes, and just kind of like she has to sit for a moment. So she folds her legs underneath her and she loafs like a cat and just looks up at you with all four eyes and goes, then that would mean that the dog's sister and the Yerks who want to work with these people are helping them, and that they are right, and that people the people who make these decisions sound they sound like my people. That would mean that we are not always right. And I know that we can't always be right. But if the Yerks I would like to capture this woman. I have many questions for her and her Yerk.
Effie, to unfortunately let you know, the people who make those decisions are pretty much like my folks who are Yerks, and we aren't really sure how long they've been that way. Like, it's entirely possible Yerks have been making some of those decisions, especially if they are also then using it as a recruitment tool for other people.
And then
I don't.
Dimitri is gonna also pop in. And he goes, and sometimes, like Riley said sometimes people just need help, but also the people who make these rules sometimes do them with the best intentions, and they just make mistakes because they don't have all of the information, or they have the wrong information. And some of them are just assholes who think they have the right information. Cat. And him stand. Sorry, I don't know if you can even see him on stream, but I saw him in my camera on Zoom. So, oh, you can barely see him on stream. But yeah. So,
Yeah, there he is.
Effie?
And she looks at you.
In your planet, your tail is not considered normal, right? I think that's a similar thing. It's not a bad thing. Your tail is incredible. Your use of it is impressive. And anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot. You're an incredible soldier with it. And that is a similar way to how things go around here. People who think right is right will continue to think that, even though there are other directions that they can go in, other paths that they can take. But as long as the path suits them, they're not going to change it. So, like you said, not that different.
Yeah, Evie sits quietly because she is. The thing is, you've made a really good point, but she's one shocked that you mentioned it because just terribly rude. It's fine, you're a human, but oh gosh, you said it out loud and everything. And two, what she doesn't point out to you because it never occurred to her that y'all would just, treat your people who are differently, is that she barely is acceptable, and that there's a reason other people aren't like her. They don't. When I say they're a eugenicist planet, they're a eugenicist planet. And she doesn't want to say that because it never occurred to her that other people would be like, oh no, we just leave them there to wander. We believe they're fully functional adults, they just need some help. It didn't occur to her that y'all weren't doing the same thing. She's like, okay, yeah. She's holding a secret now.
Well, as my wife, mom says, secrets are sins.
They sure are. They definitely can't be used against us narratively. It's fine.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. This will never come back to haunt me.
The cats are having spasms.
It happens.
It's dark. It's
Yeah.
dark behind the curtains, and I can't see, but I just hear running.
To kind of... Sorry, my brain just popped out of there for a second. I disassociated a hot minute for no reason, other than I was thinking about my own cat. Y'all have information. Y'all have a lot of information. Y'all have a lot of to work with. And I think before we do the engagement roll, there is a moment where Dimitri wants to talk to Tony. Because Tony did just drop that his parents were infested. And Dimitri is in dog form, but I think for this, he will morph into his human stage, because this kind of seems like something he wants to conversate with you man on man. And this is going to be away from everyone else. He asks in dog form if he can talk to you privately about something.
Yeah, I think everybody needs a minute anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tony will follow him.
Follows you into the woods. He's kind of annoyed because he's barefoot. He goes, I should really invest in compression socks, because those will probably stay, and maybe a pair of flip flops. Anyway, they got your folks too.
Yeah, not my sister, as far as I can tell, but the others didn't want me to bring her in, so to speak. So I've only kind of been able to watch. Uh, it hasn't really seemed like a good time to try and rescue him after what happened with you guys. I honestly just didn't want to tell everybody else. I didn't think about it.
If this kidnapping operation, sorry, let me back up. I'm not just sticking around to help you guys.
Yeah?
I was planning on kidnapping my folks and de-yerking them.
Yeah, I think we could figure something out.
And we should do yours too. There's a in California,
Mm-hmm.
there's a free Hork-Bajir colony in the Rocky Mountains.
Oh.
And it can be a place where the uninfested can hide out.
As you just heard, that would be great. We
can do this. But let's see how well we are at kidnapping one person and a baby.
yeah, that probably a good idea to start small. Or medium?
Grande?
Yeah. Somewhere in that region.
Something like that. Yeah, something.
Thanks, man. Tony's gonna kind of go in for a hug.
There's a pause because he's never hugged another dude in the terms of you not being related to you, or oh yeah, we won a football game, so
Yep.
That's the only way he knows how to hug another dude. So when you go to hug him, there's a moment where he doesn't hug you back, but then he goes and wraps his very strong arms around you, and in the same way of this is how you just hug other football pros, kind of lifts you up slightly off of your feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just and puts you back down.
That
wasn't weird.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Yeah. And the football players rejoin the lot of you.
As a nice man with a lot of gay friends, that is basically how it goes. The first time.
Your first.
But I did have the
your-
football.
You're like your first like. I'm not sure if I am a gay, but I don't know if this. I am a gay, but I don't know if this is a gay hug or not a gay hug. Because there's a, we're all a little gay here. Like we understand. Happy Pride, guys.
Yep.
Like, so with that, I think it is time to put together the engagement roll, and because I don't want to feel left out, I would like to do the roll for y'all, so I could roll dice.
Okay.
So
Heck
let's answer the questions to see if y'all are gonna do okay in this situation. Alright. Progress across position. Gather information rolls and here's a fortune roll. You guys get 1 dice automatically. Trying to look on the cheat sheet where there we go, engagement rolls. Okay. For advantages, alright, so we have 1 dice. Advantages, is the operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Think a little bit.
I'd say so. Y'all are kidnapping a high profile person within and a baby. You're kidnapping a widow. Oh, he came in his face. Sorry. Again, cat distracting me. Cool. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hits them at their weakest?
I mean, it's very personal.
Hopefully.
Very personal. And y'all know a little bit, not necessarily about the Yerk, but about her host. So I would say that y'all have like some serious information about them. So yes. Do you have any friends or contacts to provide aid or insight? Like, you got Dimitri, who is like a team player and all of that. But I have to say, he did not do any information gathering, and he does not have particular insight on this situation. So I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna give a dog Mitri aid on this. Like,
Fair.
Fair enough.
Okay. Is the target a lower tier? It is not. This is like your exact tier. It's not higher, it's not lower. The exact tier. There are no district modifiers. Now, we're at 3. Let's see if we can stay at 3. This is for me to do this. Is the operation overly complex and contingent on many factors? So, not only do you have to kidnap this person, you have to kidnap her baby, which is actually probably the easy part. After you kidnap her, like you have to pretend to be her for 3 days at least. Maybe y'all actually don't know when her Yerk pool schedule is either, because she's always in the building where the Yerk pool is at.
Yep.
So you don't know how long you have to keep her. So 3 days. Okay. And you have to pretend to be her, not just her, the person with her daily life schedule, with her baby, okay? But also, like, as the Yerk. Like, there is also that. So, I would say
You're saying piece of cake.
This operation is overly complex.
It's the right
Okay.
amount of complex.
Is the target strong against this approach or have particular defenses or preparation? No. Are the enemy's rivals or interfering in this operation? You don't know. I don't know, so I'm going to say no. The target is not a higher tier and there's no district modifiers. So we get 2d6 on this. And I will make sure that this is viewable so that y'all can see exactly what I roll.
Don't mind double sixes.
You
New
wouldn't
career in
mind
kidnapping.
double sixes, would you?
Let's snatch and grab.
There we go. I have 1 gender fluid dice and 1, I don't know, other dice. Okay. Dice. 5 and a 4. So we got a
Okay.
5.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Not bad. So with a 5, y'all are going to be in a. Why is it not at the top?
I was going to say not bad for our first kidnapping, but this is actually our second kidnapping, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It sure is.
technically, yeah.
Our first one was a kidnapping of opportunity, though.
Yep. I
Yes.
believe this puts you in a controlled, or this is puts y'all in a risky situation because you have a 4 or 5. It is going to be risky, but you do have a plan. I'm going to say at the end of all of your information gathering, it will officially be the weekend. So it'll be a Saturday when we start up and you commence the operation on the weekend. So with that, it's time to level ourselves up. So, because we will get to the mission next week.
Do.
Okay, let's do your crew first, and see if there's anything that did y'all eliminate a member of your forces? Do harm to Eviscer?
Nope.
Eliminate? Not yet.
Not yet.
Did you contend with challenges above your own current station? Not yet.
No.
Did you bolster your crews? Nope. And did you express the goals, drives, and inner conflict? Yes, y'all definitely did that because it's like I want a high value target, but I don't want to kill her. So go ahead and take an XP on the crew sheet for that one. All right, Riley. I'm just going here. Did you tackle a challenge with Clevel, Morphing, or Empathy this time around? Definitely
Empathy, yeah. Dealing with Effie both times, twice, 2 different conversations.
Yep. Take on to your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background at any point.
Insisting that we do not kill this person. And then her whole background being trans, but that was part of the other one, so it's up to you whether or not you want to.
Because it was a very broad conversation that did hit a lot of topics, I will give you 2 for that as well, for sure.
Awesome.
Yep. And did you struggle with your virtues and traumas? Technically, you don't have traumas, and we haven't done actual downtime yet. So, you got 4 for this session. Javier.
Nice.
Did you tackle a challenge that keeps the group united and active against your foes?
Not particularly. The most was just chatting with Effie, trying to remind her that, it's not that different. They already have experienced this. They just don't understand it.
Yeah, I think that was just more of an empathetic than more of like Effie's not leaving sort of thing. If that was like an issue, if Effie threatened to leave and you convinced her to stay with that, I probably would have given it to you. So not this time. Your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background.
The only thing that I would argue is trying to or actually no, Penelope. As far as background, bringing up old shit, and like bringing up also the fact that he's so genuinely bad with emotions that he just could not process how to cry or not cry in that moment.
With your background is like the academic, right?
Yeah, right. Sorry, I forget the rules of this game.
It's okay.
But yes, in that case,
you do bring up your heritage a couple of times because your mom told you to pee with the seat down, so you get experience for that.
That's hilarious. I'll take it. Why not?
You do get 1 for that one. As far as your background as an ecpedilic, I'm actually going to give you that one too, but I'm going to give you it because that is part of your trauma, because you were reckless with that decision.
I could.
Yeah.
For the background, you made a resume.
You did make a resume.
Like your gather information was, I will go
Mhm.
pretend to apply for a job, which is
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
studenty.
Didn't just make a resume, right? Made a resume that was too good,
Too
so they're
good.
like, "Ooh, we can't
We
afford to
can't
hire
afford
someone
you.
with your."
Yes.
So I want to say that counts.
It
Academic,
does.
only an
It
academic
does.
would
Mhm.
fuck up and make a too good resume.
It does count. It 100% counts.
That's
So,
pretty good.
you have 3.
Awesome.
Yep, you definitely have 3. All right, Tony, let's go. Did you challenge head on with righteous violence or fury this time around?
That's probably also next time.
It's probably also next time. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background this time around?
I yes, I think so.
We did talk about, you did have the background and the heritage of double parents, and towards the end
Yep.
there, with like keeping check on them and rescuing your family. So
Yep.
there is that. With your hello, my boy.
I
Was there anything on your beliefs or your drives? Your background is the jock. I mean,
my background is the jock.
is it a
I
jock hug? I don't.
yeah, like the awkward jock hug was my other thought I'd have for that for now.
The awkward jock. I can.
Sorry, the awkward gay jock hug.
The awkward
Be
gay
specific.
jock hug. Because it's, you know what, if it was just a gay hug or a jock hug, then no. But because it was an awkward gay jock hug, then yes, I'm going to give it to you. Like.
And then oh, I don't have to go ahead.
Because your trauma is haunted, so.
It is. I was actually going to make a argument for my virtue because it is fun, which is why I immediately pulled up the game to try and play.
So.
But yes, it's supposed
Yeah,
to be the other thing.
yeah, because you need to actually like overroll with your virtue to get,
Oh, that's right.
to get
Yep.
experience for that one, right? So you have 2 for sure.
That's great.
Okay. If anyone has anything else to argue with that, nope. All right, let's do Arnica. Arnica, you definitely tackle a challenge that follows the mandates of the Andalites people in your personal oaths, especially definitely towards the end there, and with realizing that there was like the Escalif device kind of thing. Both of those were challenges of your people. How you tackled those challenges is not the issue, but you did tackle those challenges, right? So that's an easy for me. That's an easy 2 for me on that one. As far as your beliefs, drives, and heritage go, and your background.
Say again.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, and background. Anything that expressed that was not directly tied to the Escalif device and the challenge rating, because you already got 2 for your challenge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I get 1 for the entire conversation with Javier towards the end,
Yeah.
where we discussed the fact that no, I'm from a eugenicist planet. We don't keep we handle babies like the giver handles babies.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, my dude? Gently, lovingly, boop, yeeted. So I want to say that one.
Okay, I can give you one. Just because that was like an incredibly extensive conversation, and it did revolve around like Andalites. Like that conversation in itself could have given you 2 with your first question, but I gave you 1 for tackling the Escalif device and 1 for that conversation. But like I said, that conversation was extensive enough to where it was worth at least 2. So yeah, you got 3 for sure. Anything else? Did you struggle with your paranoid?
No, actually, I don't think I
traumas?
struggled with my virtue or my trauma this.
You're actually getting a little bit better because as a turtle, you're going into the water.
I'm using my turtle sulk as a way to get used to going in the water. Like I don't go in all the way, but water has to happen, and the turtle fucking loves it.
Yep.
So I let the turtle touch the water. I'm working on it.
Cool. And I think with that, you get 3. That's everything. That is all you guys. That's all of y'all. So as far as things that are happening on the channel, first of all, everybody, thank you for showing. Thank you for coming and showing up. Pardon me. I haven't. My shtick is no longer rolling off the tongue as it should, which means I might need a new one. Thank you for that. And as far as the rest of the week on the channel, obviously, I'm still here on Fridays. We're not going to be here next week just because it was our scheduled week off, and we're going to keep to that schedule. But we are taking our buffer weeks to continue the show just a little bit longer. But we will be back with this show, particularly in 2 weeks. You can also find me this Sunday for the finale over on Sword and Key. We're doing our Pride 3-shot. It is the last episode where I play literal folklore. Just a guy that wandered out of the Fey realm and became a cryptid. A different cryptid than my previous cryptid that I've played on this channel, but it's still like, so, and may or may not be like a descendant from Tatiana and Oberyn, like maybe, we'll see. That's up in the air. But yeah, you can find me that on Sundays. And I don't know if I will see y'all before we get started again, but just as a reminder, within a month's time, In Darkness Unbroken will be returning to the channel on Saturdays at 1 p.m., which is the final season of our Dragon Age campaign that my friend Hummelu runs. And I also got some other things in the work. I'm going to be running another game soonish that I'm not going to tell y'all when or where, but keep an eye out on my Discord. Arnica, go. Where can we find you?
I don't exist. Stop perceiving me.
Okay,
Or
bye.
you find me everywhere on the internet
speaking?
at Artifacts Ross. Like
I
one
don't-
of those two things is true. I'm not doing too much at the moment. If you did not catch my Juneteenth game, it is available on VOD at Girls Run These Worlds, our YouTube channel. It was spectacular. If you did not catch 2 lesbian orcs throwing it back so hard that a party member had to do the assist, then what were you even doing on Wednesday? And I'm on vacation. I'm not doing shit else really until we come back here next Friday. It's so good to be me right now. Also, I'm hot and nauseous. Go do someone else.
2 Fridays. Go ahead.
Hot flash.
Yeah.
I'm middle-aged.
Yeah, I was Nilsson. I still am. Probably.
Dang.
I am also not anywhere right this minute. I'm working on some things, but nothing ready to announce. So, yeah.
Cool. Anna, you are up.
That is me. I am Anna, aka Archival, Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun and all of the social media, including Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dust Bunny. I am, as per usual, kind of all over the place. Check out From the Library, which is our Monster Care Squad game over on Glyza's channel, Classical Glyza. Over on Thorny Dried's channel is U-Force Inheritance, our ongoing Masks campaign with an amazing cast of characters and players. Bunch of other stuff coming up as well, but if you like magical girls and queer stories and finding hope again after devastating loss, check out Bloom and Blight, our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. We are heading towards the season 1 finale, building up to the big fight. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time to catch up. Our episodes are only an hour-ish each a piece, so it's very easy to catch up if you want to jump in and start listening. We are fully soundscaped. We have music and sound effects, and we're heavily edited, so it's a very fun and easy listening experience. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast, on social media, also at Bloom and Blight. And for character information, cast information, transcripts, our brand new tip jar and a link to our amazing Discord community Discord server, check out bloomandblight.com.
Last but not least, you're muted. Still muted. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Now.
Yes.
I pressed. The thing is, it's not a button. It's like a sensor that you have to rub your finger on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why? Anyways, third time's the charm.
Always.
Yeah, you can find me anywhere online as either like is the Stratus or at Cryptodelta. Um, any one of those online accounts are probably mostly functioning. Uh, but you can also just catch me tomorrow on Twitch at the Stealthy Elf Productions Twitch channel. Where I'll be playing like is the Stratus, captain of the Merry Folk. We are going to be most likely heading into a war zone. But hey, that's what we do. It's what I do apparently in every game. Uh, uh, along with that, you can check out art that I do for that game and a handful of others at any of my socials. And yeah, I think that's it.
All
Yep.
right. Thank you, everyone, once again for showing up. We appreciate you and your time. And I also want to remind everyone that this channel supports a free and independent Palestine. And with that, we will be rating Sorting Key, who are they're doing some Monster of the Week, raising money for Trans Lifeline. Happy Pride. We will see y'all in a couple weeks. Bye bye.